everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Hannah and today's video is a pregnancy update for week 33. To start off this video, I got my results from my CBC test and it came back that my iron is still low. So the first CBC test came back and I was fairly low, like at an 8.4. So my doctor said to take 2 iron pills a day, and I have been doing that, and we took another CBC test to see if those pills were working. And so finally those results came in this week, and my nurse called me and she was saying that it raised, but I'm still low. So I asked what it was at. And also when I found out it was low to begin with, my doctor said she would like me to be at a 10. So I get this new set of, I get the new results from the CBC test, and it says that I am at a 10.2 or 10.5. I can't remember exactly what she said, but either way, I'm at a 10. So she says that to me, and I'm thinking, but my doctor said I just need to be at a 10. So anyway, I let her keep talking, and she said to take another iron pill if I can handle it, and if I can't, then don't worry about it, just like eat more irony foods. And so it's like, okay. And I think what she meant by not being able to handle it is having constipation. That's definitely, I'm not having any problems with that, but I'm having problems with like sleeping and stuff, which I've talked about in other updates, where like I haven't had problems really sleeping until I've been taking the iron and I'm awake all of the time, and it's really frustrating. Anyway, I get the new results back. It's at 10.2 or 10.5, and I was very confused, so I said, what does it need to be at? And the nurse said, well, the normal range is a 12 to a 16. And I was like, okay, so all right, so according to that, yes, I am low. But the whole rest of the day, I was like, why? Like, I don't understand. I'm at a 10. That's what my doctor wanted. So yeah, I'm taking the 3rd iron pill. I still have like a week and a half left before I see my doctor again. But when I go into my doctor, I'm actually going to ask her what kind of problems can arise if you are anemic during labor, because I got curious about this and I googled it, and that was very dumb, because Google tells you the extremes, like if you're extremely anemic, this is what could happen, but I'm not extremely anemic. So that was really dumb, but now I'm just like freaking out, and so I'm going to ask my doctor what all problems can happen if I'm anemic during labor. But yeah, I should not have Googled it. So the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about is just being uncomfortable. Aside from the whole, like, my sleep schedule is so ridiculously whack because of the iron, when I wake up, it also doesn't help that my hips hurt so bad when I'm just laying there and I'm like tossing and turning and like trying to get comfortable to fall back asleep. I know I'm not gonna fall back asleep, but I'm just trying everything I can. But my hips, like especially this week, my hips have been hurting so bad, just like to lay there, and nothing really helps. Like only slightly does using a pillow like in between my legs, and not like, so normally I would like have my top leg over my bottom leg and like leaning on a pillow on the bed, but now like I have to keep my legs stacked with a pillow in between them, or else it's so uncomfortable and it hurts really, really bad. And yeah, so that's a new thing that's been starting to happen. My hips haven't been hurting until this week. So something I've been dealing with a lot through this pregnancy, like, or at least the 3rd trimester, is acid reflux or heartburn. This week it eased up. I didn't have it every single time I ate, or even every day. So that was really nice, and I'm very glad that it let up. So this next category I'm going to talk about is kind of like just anxious thoughts. So if you're already anxious about your birth and stuff, please don't watch, okay? Like, just skip over. I don't want to freak you out with more of, you know, anxious thoughts that you don't need. So my anxious thoughts pretty much start or happen only right when I wake up, and especially when the baby is kind of like not really moving, like it's still asleep. I kind of like sit there and think, oh my gosh, the baby's not moving, that's nice, like finally some stillness, but I have to give birth to this thing. So that's one of them. The second one is like, oh my gosh, it's quiet, I like this. I'm gonna hate being a parent. I'm gonna hate having a child in my room all of the time. Like, what the heck, what was I thinking? But I also know that I'm being very silly and I'm just having anxious thoughts about that. So don't worry, like, I'm going to love this child. There's no need to worry. But then my third one is like, oh my gosh, baby, are you even still there? Like, am I actually pregnant? Like, have I been pregnant this whole time? Have I made this up? Like, I don't know. Like, are you there? Like, move, do something, show me a sign. And then it does, and I'm like, okay, whew. Yes, I am pregnant. This is not a nightmare. This is not a dream. Like, it's real. Those things have been like going through my mind a lot in the mornings, but after I have them, I'm done with them and I'm fine and I'm happy and everything, and it's like nothing has ever crossed my mind. So yeah, that is just interesting, and those thoughts could stop. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't think they're going to anytime soon. So now I'm going to talk about the baby's movements, and first of all, I'll show you the clip that I got. I had my shirt over my stomach, so it may be harder to see. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's fairly clear. But yeah, I will insert that clip right now. So the movements, they have kind of let up this week. The baby's not pushing so hard against the top right of my uterus slash my ribs. Like, it gave me a little bit of a break this week, and I'm like, oh, thank you for doing something different than just trying to escape through a place that you're not going to escape from. Oh, it was so painful last week, but this week has been good. Like, there are still some movements that hurt, but it's not a constant hurt. Like, it's not every single time the baby moves. So that was really, really nice that it kind of let up. Another thing that I've noticed, and this may be really weird and maybe not even an actual thing, but I have noticed this, so I'm gonna say it's a thing and I'm going to tell you about it. So basically, I've noticed that the baby is not as active on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And that's just really weird. It's just not as active. Like, usually it's like kicking and punching and rubbing and jumping and whatever it wants to do. But on Wednesday this week and on Thursday, so yesterday, was just like, are you there? Are you going to move at any time? And like, the movements are like, when it does move, it's not such big movements. It's not painful movements. It's just kind of like, hey mom, I'm still here, don't worry. So I don't know what that's about, but I have noticed it doing that for the past couple weeks. Even last week when it was like pushing so hard against the top part of my uterus, it's still, like, it did that and it still hurt, but for the most part it didn't do it as much on those 2 days. So that's really weird. I don't know if that's an actual thing of like the baby knows that it's Wednesday and Thursday and so it's going to be still, but yeah, it's just that I have noticed that, and it kind of really kind of freaked me out this week, because I'm like, what? Why are you not moving? And then I thought about it and I was like, I feel like I go through this every single week, and I have, and it's usually on a Wednesday or a Thursday or both, and so it's weird, but it's what's happening. Now I'm moving on to the last part of my pregnancy updates, and I'm going to show you my Pregnancy Plus app. This is the baby at 33 weeks, just sleeping away. information that it has for this week is that it is 17.72 inches and 4.73 pounds. And then it talks about the Lanugo, which is the body hair. It says by this time, most of it is gone. The immune system says your baby's immune system is no longer relying on the antibodies from the placenta. The digestive system is fully working by itself. Your baby is peeing up to a pint of urine a day into the amniotic fluid. That's gross, but good because baby is doing what it's supposed to do, but that's kind of gross. So now the size. The size of the baby by a sweet is a cotton candy, which, again, all of these things are so weird. You can have multiple sizes of these things. By an animal, it's a lion cub, and by fruit, it is a honeydew. That is all that I have for you for this pregnancy update. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified every time I put out a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Say something like you love me and make my day, like you always do, like you always do.